Jaedong, easy play, anytime, stop, nada, much. Slayer Boxer, C, Bisu, Savior, 16 of the most powerful StarCraft gamers in the world. LG, Intel Centrino, Gong TV, Star Invitational.
The final game has begun. Flash at the south. Oh, south. No, excuse me. I'll just say bottom left to make it simple. Flash is at the bottom left. There he is now. Probably pretty pissed that he just threw away his 1-0 advantage. Jaedong probably relieved that he is now still in this game. He looks he looks like he's concentrating very hard. Note the positioning of the workers on the mineral patches. They always make sure to mine from those two smaller mineral patches in the center, because once they break those away, they can get to the bigger ones in the back. So everything is orchestrated very carefully on a map like this. Note the neutral sunken colonies on this map. If you haven't been watching any of the games earlier in the tournament, this is a rather unusual map. Neutral sunks, forcing Terran to not build in certain locations on the map, as well as Protoss. You have to take that out first. 2 Vespian gas geysers, as well as double the amount of minerals. Spawning pool first for Jaedong. And a barracks after depot. Very typical build for the Terran so far. We really have no idea of knowing exactly how he's going to play this out, other than the fact that Jaedong is now going for a pool and Vespian gas geyser. In other words, he's going to be going for the same build he did before. Perhaps to build rush with Zerglings and build sunken colonies on the creep that is outside of the Terran's base, since there is already a neutral sunk there. There is the happy carrot rooting for the StarCraft players yet again. An avid StarCraft fan he is. Zerglings are now being produced. I have a strong feeling this game may end rather soon. Now, Zerg rushing like this, while it may be very good early on, if Terran holds it off, it could be very bad for the Zerg. Offensive builds can function a lot like a double-edged sword. I assume that next group of, the next egg that's hatching is also going to be Zerglings. Now here we see Jaedong moving a drone around on the map. He only has 1 barracks out and a bunker out here. Flash may realize that something bad could happen very soon to him, but if these Zerglings get here in time, it might not even matter. Is this bunker going to complete? Now here comes a drone now. Going to have to back off. Putting a sunken colony right outside of the bunker. Another drone is coming. Every drone that Jaedong throws, though, he is going to be that much farther behind on minerals. Here come the Zerglings. He wants to try to pick off this bunker, which is producing very close to where the sunken colony is. And Jaedong's rush may not work out at all. Rushing in here, though, and picking off 2 Marines, then backing off, trying to edge forward. Here he comes now, putting up another sunken colony, trying to pick it off, but it looks like SCVs are going to repair it. It's all down to micro now. Jaedong attacking the SCVs, now going back for the bunker, and he may be able to take out this bunker. It's not quite clear. Picking off a few SCVs on the way and warping another sunk. Jaedong may end up winning this game off the rush alone. Bunker will go down. And another sunk will go up. Now outranging the bunker in the back. Now it's going to be up to how many SCVs did Jaedong pick. Oh, he picked off a lot. And he picked off the bunker as well. Note that though Jaedong probably has very little drones as well. No drones over here either. Now, if he can get a sunken colony up here, he can break the entrance that Terran has that's keeping Terran safe. And he's going to send 2 more drones to do that right now. He'll either be making more drones or more Zerglings to kind of do an all-in thing. Jaedong now has 2 barracks, is rapidly producing SCVs when he can afford them. Here comes some more Marines attacking the sunken colony. Creep colony, soon to be a sunken colony. Sunk is morphing. Jaedong going to dash in here with these lings when he decides the moment is right. And he has no time to waste, because once the sunken... Oh, this is bad news. Terran picked that off. And he is morphing another one. Another drone coming, but Jaedong slowly getting behind in his economy. He needs to break in here. He needs to bust the Terran entrance, putting the next sunk in a location. God, Jaedong is really behind in drones. Jaedong, this is all in right now. It's all or nothing now. And Flash knows all he has to do is keep making bunkers in order to stay alive. Here he comes, moving in for a few more kills on those Marines. The bunker is there for defense, but if he picks off this bunker, and he very well may be able to do that. No, he does not. He should have ran by and tried to pick off SCVs. Another sunken colony being produced, but too many Marines making it difficult for the Zerglings to inflict any damage. And now Jaedong has, I would believe, 4 drones left or 3 drones left. Not enough to deal with this. We could see GG very soon here from Jaedong, since he would not want to bother playing out such a drawn-out game where he has no workers whatsoever. It looks like he's going to try to make one more final sunken colony. I would believe if Flash holds this off, Flash will win the game. Running in here now, trying to push back the Marines. But every Zergling counts in a moment like this. The sunken colony can do a lot of damage to those Marines, but he has to be very careful not to overextend himself. Academy now being made. If the Academy completes, he'll have medics, making this entire rush useless, if it has not already turned out to be useless. A few more Marines attacking this. Sunk morphs, but Sunk loses 100 HP whenever it morphs. Creep colonies have 100 more HP, so when they do that morph, if they're low on life, they become even weaker. Now, Jaedong, what the hell are you going to do to come back from this? I have no idea. He does have a contain on the Terran, but all it will take is a few medics and Marines to break this. Jaedong aware that he is in a god-awful position. Wow, I don't know what the hell Zerg's supposed to do to win a game like this now. Especially against Flash. Jaedong positioning his overlords. He wants to make sure Terran doesn't float any barracks out. Oh man, I have no idea what Jaedong is going to do. He's going to be making drones now, but he will basically have nothing to defend against unless he makes a few more Zerglings. He doesn't even have his second hatchery up, which means he doesn't really have any defensive position in which he can hold the medic Marine rush that will eventually happen off. Jaedong knows he's won the game, but he has to do everything right. Excuse me, I meant Flash. Just kidding, guys. Sorry, I really did mean Flash, because Flash has about a 95% chance of winning right now. What is up with me swapping players' names anyways? Now he's going to make a second hatch, not at the choke, but at the expansion. Jaedong knows he has to get ahead in minerals, but he will have a very weak defensive position. Flash scanning, noticing that his opponent does not even have drones in the Vespian gas geyser, meaning that his layer will not be out for at least a few more minutes. Looks like he's going to try to just... Oh God. Oh no, this is so bad for Jaedong. Jaedong knows that. Oh, look at that. He could make a few sunks over here on the neutral creep to recover. And that is exactly what he's going to do. Jaedong looks like he has practiced some type of a response build or something like this. But again, he's so behind. That blue sunken colony will clash aesthetically with the orange sunken colonies of Jaedong. So the question is, can Flash micro this well enough to pick off those sunks? The Firebats are there primarily to pick off the drones. Firebats aren't that strong against sunken colonies. However, I don't know if it has occurred to Flash yet that his opponent might be making sunks there. Looks like he's backed off now, and a factory's being pumped. He will now expand to this location. Flash played it very safe. Both games have ended so fast, so flash, that they might actually, well, they might both have a lot of energy left to play out these other games. Here he comes now, though, taking out these Sunks. Taking a drink of water right when that happened, excuse me. Another Sunken colony will have to be made here because Flash may be closing in very quickly. They are coming up soon, but a starport is already being produced, which means vessels will be out sooner than Jaedong would have liked. That'll be very easy for Flash to do as well because he has a second Vespian gas geyser. He'll be able to mine from that before he even gets a command center up, a second one at least. And Overlord being picked off. This is so bad oh, what? Overlord thought he could get away, but he could not. Okay, yes he can. Look at this badass Overlord. Refusing to die. Alright, good. I was getting tired of watching that. Spire being produced by Jaedong, probably going to try to do some type of Mutalisk harassment, but with the vessels out and a Radiate on the way, he... I just don't know what Jaedong can really do right now. Essentially, the Terran tech tree is so far ahead of the Zergs right now that unless the Terran makes some type of major blunder, or unless Jaedong makes some type of Kasparov genius move, I don't understand. I just don't know. I'm surprised Jaedong's even played it out for this long, but I guess he does have some type of response opener. Jaedong, we're determined to win, even when all the odds are against him. But he's coming up here with a large army now. It may be... it looks actually like Flash is just moving around the map, making sure Zerg hasn't expanded again. But as a result, it looks like Jaedong's had to make extra Sunken colonies. Jaedong does not even have a third hatchery yet. Very bad news for him. Meanwhile, our Terran friend Jaedong already has a third barracks. The +1 attack for the Marines, as well as the fact that Marine range has already been completed, will make the Mutalisk harassment even less effective. Mutalisk's out now, but is it enough? What can he do with the Mutalisks? We will see soon. Now, here he comes now. But here's a vessel already out. He may have a Radiate, if not very soon. And this is just not going the way Jaedong would have liked. Flash's army is just too big, and the Mutalisk stack harassment is going to be useless when the vessel upgrades finish. Kicking off an SCV here, everyone will count. Note how good his micro is with those Mutalisks. Now going in for what looks like a tank. Trying to do force a few extra stems when the Terran stems Zerg just strays away and comes in from another angle. All Flash has to do is control his units well and eventually push and squash the Zerg. And he may be able to take out the second vessel. Nice move by Jaedong. Vessels are the counter unit to the Mutalisk once they have the Irradiate. It looks like Flash's Irradiate is late or something. I don't know what. Perhaps he just knows that all he has to do is get siege mode and begin to push the Zerg, and there's nothing the Mutalisks can actually do. A Scourge in the group as well. All right, Irradiate has been cast, but unfortunately for Flash, he irradiated the weakest Mutalisk in the group. Wow, Jaedong's doing a lot of damage, actually. to this Terran army. I'm rather impressed, I have to say, despite the fact I still think he's losing. If he can come in at the right angle and pick off that vessel, that'll be really bad news for the Terran. I wish you could mine minerals from those giant mineral things, but I guess not. I would expo there if I could do that. All right, 2 more Scourge in here. Jaedong's very focused on getting rid of vessels. He may go for that one very soon because it's been half health. But here comes a vessel for some Irradiate. He has to be very careful, though. Picking off that vessel. Jaedong, just an excellent player, but it looks like this vessel's now moving in for the kill as well. Splitting the Mutalisk very well. That is a very difficult thing to do when the pressure's on, but Flash is now attempting to put the killing blows on his opponent. Jaedong has sloppily walked an Overlord into the path of those units. Now picking off a few medics. He'll need those medics if he attempts to face the sunken colonies. He's doing anything he possibly can to keep Terran from getting too far out of his base. Looks like Flash has now gotten a second starport for even more vessels. But Jaedong's expansion is about to get spotted at the bottom right. Flash will probably move towards that direction now. Note that Jaedong has gotten the +1 armor upgrade for his Mutalisks. Here he comes again. Might be able to pick off a few Marines that are stray. Has to move this irradiated Mutalisk out. And he has not done that. Very difficult to pull those Mutalisks out. And this will make it impossible for Jaedong to save this expansion on the forms. Someone says, shout out to the Scuddage boys in Sweden. What's up, guys? Someone else wants me to give a shout out to USCC University of Southern California. Someone says, hey, Taylor says, how do you think Jaedong should adapt to the Terran mech build, which is so popular on this map? I will talk about that after this game because there might just be too much going on. And some other. Oh my God! Oh, that's not! Oh my God! He lost everything. Oh, does it even matter that he lost the vessel? No, it doesn't. Okay, GG. Oh man, Jaedong has been taken out. Looks really pissed off right now. Flash probably very happy. I wonder if Jaedong thinks maybe he shouldn't have done such a risky build, although I will admit it was a really cool build he did on that map. So the game is over with now. We're going to have a break coming up here soon. The next game is going to be Anytime versus Much. It's been my pleasure casting with you guys. Someone was talking about the mech build, which was popular on this map. I'm not sure if you're talking about this map or the one on Katrina. Normally you get mech, you get the Mutalisk with the +1 armor upgrade, and then you get a Hydralisk with speed. You get the Mutalisk first to force the Terran to get too many Goliaths, and then the Hydralisk with speed can come in. It's especially effective with drop because the Terran mech army has no mobility. So for that reason, if the Terran starts to leave their base, you just send the Mutalisks in with the Overlords full of Hydralisks and drop their main, and then when they try to come back, you just leave again. Meanwhile, you take the whole map. To answer your question about that, but I don't know. That was really fun casting those last 3 games. Each game had a really unique, aggressive opener. I'm curious if we're going to see the same thing with Much versus Anytime, which will be a Protoss versus Protoss. Regardless, though, badass tournament. Looks like Flash now making it to the quarterfinals. Excuse me, not the quarterfinals, the semifinals. So props to him for that. Too bad Jaedong was eliminated. I was not expecting Flash to be such a rabid monster in this tournament, tearing apart everyone in his path. Flash has only lost 1 game in the tournament so far, and that was to Jaedong earlier, to the 9-pool hatch rush. Really exciting game. And I believe we're going to have a break here within a few moments. Feel free to keep posting your comments. But make sure you post them in the... I mean, if you want them to pick your comments for us to read during the games, I'm actually not the one picking them. You need to post them in the game, in the chat for the game, not in a separate thread, because otherwise they're not likely to end up finding them. And I don't know. I guess the Korean commentators are still talking, so I'll keep talking too. Much versus Anytime. It's going to be very difficult for me to say who's going to win this. In all honesty, it's very difficult for me to say who's going to be the winner in any of these groups. But I would say I think I'm kind of favoring Anytime, but it's still very difficult to say. Again, a lot of 2 one-on-one maps in the group, so we may see some more proxy rushing. Always makes for exciting games. And, of course, Katrina, a very interesting map for Protoss versus Protoss. Makes there some very interesting mid-game Reaver pushes as well. And, all right, we're still talking. All right, no, we're not on break now. So my bathroom break will have to wait. Again, we are about to enter Game 2 of the GOM TV StarCraft Invitational. Here's some more comments on the forum. Just some people saying that they appreciate my commentary. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I think these next games are going to be really exciting, especially the Protoss versus Protoss on Blue Storm. There's a lot of interesting builds on that, with that one small entrance not allowing Dragoons to get out. It's always fun to see how players play on that map, how they adapt. And again, Game 3 and Game 4. Game 3, Berserker, also known as Iris, versus Bisu. Game 4 will be Stork versus C. So we've got a lot more games coming up. This will be the day I'll be casting more games than any other day in the whole tournament. So I'm excited about that. And drinking a lot of honey lemon water in the meanwhile. I believe they're waiting for the other players to get organized before the break begins. And let's hope that happens soon, because I am out of stuff to talk about. Thank God. All right, cool. Oh, excuse me, there is no break. There is no break at all, because the next game is about to start. There must have been a mix-up, because now we have Much on the stage. This is like a WWF wrestling match. Much has suddenly appeared back from the dead, now ready to place anytime. And he is behind this wall now. Get ready, they're about to unleash the Anytime from his cage, where he will rapidly run towards a computer for a bit of Protoss versus Protoss. There he is now. Release the Anytime. These are two powerhouse Protoss players. And here they are now, in their booths,